So if you've been living on this earth long enough, then you know that there are going to be seasons in your life where you're going to go through some tough times, some valley moments, some mountain seasons, seasons where you feel like you're being abundantly blessed, and seasons that just feel like a detour to your destiny. Regardless of which season you find yourself in, know that it is part of life and that is simply directing you, leading you, guiding you, and teaching you what you need to know to get to what it is that you desire or what you envision and destine for yourself. But I want to speak about the wilderness season, the season where it's a little dry, the season where it gets quiet, the season where it's frustrated, the season where you just feel bound to so many external forces and you're not exactly sure where to go. You're not sure what to do next. You feel overwhelmed. You feel tired with life. And maybe a part of you feels like life has been beating you up for a long time. Well, that's the season that I want to talk to you about. The wilderness season is one that we shun because when we go to church, or if some of you do go to church, a lot of the times the pastor, the priest, the person speaking may speak about the wonderful things that are coming or the wonderful things of life and the things that are great and don't give up and it's right around the corner and you just got to keep believing. And while all that is true and while all of that is valid, there are some moments that it gets really quiet. If you've ever read anything in the Bible or if you read anything specific about characters within the Bible, then you will see that many of the characters in the Bible had to go through a season. And that season was not always some glorification. It wasn't always a celebration. There were some really quiet seasons of resistance, seasons of testings and trials, seasons of loneliness, seasons where it feels like God has departed from you and you have no idea where to go. Those seasons are just as sacred as the seasons of blessings and abundance. And so again, you might sit within a religious organization or institution and be poured on wisdom and hope. And that hope keeps you going. But there are moments where you're just like, I don't know if there's enough hope to get me through what it is that I'm going through. I don't know if there's enough hope to keep me going when at night it feels like there are so many daggering thoughts coming to me and I'm fighting through anxiety and I'm fighting through depression and I'm fighting through frustrations and I just don't understand what's next or why me or why are there certain things happening and why can't things unfold easily? That's the wilderness season, the season of isolation and sacredness where God's literally trying to get your attention. I've spoken in previous videos that there are many seasons where we pray for things and we can easily and quickly forget what we've prayed for. I've been there. I pray for things and I petition things and I ask God for guidance and direction. And sometimes you just simply forget what you prayed for, especially if you're always in a season of just praying and petitioning and just thanking God for your life, for your health, for your strength. But then there are moments where we just simply forget what we prayed for. And I mention this because when you pray for something specific, you have to understand that there are some things that have to come in alignment in order for that to be fulfilled. And so I use examples of like athletes and entertainers or people that are specialized in their fields like doctors and lawyers and engineers and artists and creators, whatever capacity. You still have to go through a wilderness season to sharpen your skills, to get you in alignment with what you desire, so that you can fortify, so you can understand what grit and perseverance looks like, so you can test out certain things and see which one actually fits and suits you and is best for you and for your family or for the long-term game that you are playing. The wilderness season is a sacred season because it's a season where you are literally just getting the attention that is not the one that comes with glitter, is not the one that comes with balloons and great announcements. It's the attention to look inward. It's the attention to say, am I who I say that I am? And am I really made of what I say that I'm made of? It's a testing period. I use the example of a woman who's been pregnant, and usually a woman carries to a term of 9 months. And during that 9 months, she is just simply carrying the child, and the child is being formed, and the child is being fortified, and it's being fed, and it can feel every reaction, and it can experience what mom is experiencing. And if there are more than one child within there, then it's like double that impact. But during that time, it's like the ears, the eyes, the mind, the organs are being formed. The body is being formed. And every single month calls for a different formation. Well, that is sort of the wilderness, the incubation season where you were being formed and everything that you've asked for is being fortified on the inside of you. I believe that God is always willing and ready to give us a yes answer. And if it's not a yes, then it's simply a not now or let's prepare. But it's never a rejection to your deepest desire, because what you desire is an imprint of what God is showing you that you're capable of. It is sort of like a foreshadow of the possibilities that can come into your life if you surrender to your gifts, your talents, your abilities, your capabilities. And so that wilderness, that incubation season where things are being celebrated, things are being formed, you don't always see the celebration. So when a woman gives birth, that's typically when she's celebrated, right? When we see the end result of something, that's typically when something is celebrated. When someone graduates, you want to celebrate that. When they finish their studies, you want to celebrate that. When they get that job that they were going for, we celebrate that. When they finish the training that they were going through, we celebrate that. But we don't celebrate that period of resistance and the period of grit and the period of perseverance and the period that challenges us to be greater than who we see with our natural eyes, that challenge us to be greater than we even see for ourselves at times. So I want to remind you that the wilderness season is a sacred season. It is a season to go inward. It is a season that's simply showing you who you are and what you're made of. It is a season that should be celebrated, a period where you can sort of block out all external noises, all external voices, and tune into the creator that has created you. Tune into your divinity. Tune into the possibilities that are for you. Go back into that mindset of understanding that you came here to fulfill a purpose, and that purpose must come through you, but it's not going to be forced. You're not going to be pushed to do anything. You have to be in such a space where you can align with what you know is true for you and to you. And I always say, if it feels right, it does not cause harm to anyone, if it does not cause harm to anyone within your surroundings, if it doesn't impede on anyone's free will, that is the alignment that I speak of. That is the alignment that says, yes, go a step further, push a little further, knock on that door again, send that email, trust and wait. There's a synchronized rhythm that I believe is happening within the earth. And when you ask for something, there are people connected to your ask. And in order for you to be prepared and receive everything that you desire, there's preparation that needs to happen outside of you, preparation that you don't even see or know about. And so just imagine if someone who's ready and willing and able to give you your yes is going through something within their life, and God sort of needs to get their attention and to have them pivot and to lean them into what they need to do because they're connected to your destiny. And so when you feel that you're in a period of wilderness and things are not happening, I want you to know that is the very moment that everything is happening. All preparation is taking place. And you have to trust that season and be able to be still long enough to know that you're being divinely guided, that you're being shaped, that you're being formed, that you're being poured into, that you're being asked to take a look at something a little bit further, that you're being challenged to just show up in a different way. Every elevation requires a different version of you. And then there are certain parts of you that need to die out, no longer exist, in order for you to show up as your best self. Now, I'm not saying 100% because I don't believe that we obtain 100%, but we can get really close. We can get to a good 80, 85, 90, because we're always working things out in our lives. We're always learning. We're always being exposed to something different and something new. And so the wilderness is your sacred period. It is the period to turn in. It is the period to pray, to trust, and to believe in yourself, and to know that what you desire desires you, and you deserve what you desire. And it's only a matter of time before your yes, before your approval, before the door swings open. So get aligned. Take that period seriously and sacredly, and trust that it's not a detriment to break you and you didn't do anything wrong, but that you're simply being strengthened and led to what is right for you. I hope that message encouraged your spirit. I hope that you believe that you are here for a purpose and that nothing can take that away from you. So stay still, stay steady, stay focused, stay strong, stay willing, stay able, and believe in your divine right to soar in this life. I thank you for tuning in. If you need any additional resources, check the description below. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Thank you.